and life becomes crazy, or the things we get excited about change. And when you can clean your house fast, efficiently, eliminate products, enjoy cleaning it because it's satisfying. Who doesn't want that? And Wagner gives it to us with their incredibly powerful steamer because it eliminates so much. You get that cleaning done in a fraction of the time, and you're cleaning your entire house. I'm gonna show you all the functions, but this Wagner specifically comes with 18 attachments, and you're going to see just how much you can get done with just a steam and swipe. We're talking about 212 degrees of powerful high heat steam. This is multi-purpose. It's a $160 machine. Well worth it at that for the name of Wagner. We know Wagner to be trusted to bring us quality for years and years and years, but our HSN sale price today drops it to under $100, free shipping and handling, and then you can break up your payments. So on Flex, you're getting it home for $33 and change. Let me show you the ways by bringing in my guy, Lou Caputo. For the very last time together, we get to clean. Lou has taught me so much, and I just have enjoyed working with you.
Oh, I've loved working with you.
It's just bittersweet.
Yeah, I know.
We never know what's going to happen in the future, but you convinced me on getting this for my mom, and now I'm thinking,
I love that.
Since we still have some in stock, maybe I will get it for myself now.
Actually, you should, and everybody should, and here's why. Because I've been here 37 years. Actually, last April was 37 years.
Wow.
And in all that time, this is easily the most affordable, best steamer that I've ever sold. Once upon a time, I had another steamer that was made in Italy that I sold here that had the same thing this does, which is a stainless steel boiler built inside of it. That one cost $1,000. Wow.
And that's the key. Like, you've really educated me. That
stainless steel boiler is what you need. So you're gonna get all the cool stuff with this. You've got a storage compartment for your accessories. You've got 18 accessories. You've got an 8-foot hose. You've got extensions so you can clean your floor. This little guy right here is really cool. This is a wallpaper remover. Yeah. So you can actually, have you ever tried to take wallpaper off?
Well, no, and that's a lot of the reason why my husband's like, no, we're not gonna put it on because taking it off.
This makes it super, super easy. And then you get everything to do, you know, all the cleaning in your house, floor to ceiling and everywhere in between, indoors and outdoors. But let me give you a great example of why this is so cool. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk over here to this unit that's sitting here. Now, the first thing I always do, if it's been sitting for a while, is I empty out the line, the 8-foot hose that's on here. Because it's a thing about steam. If it sits long enough, it turns back into water.
That makes sense.
So you want to make sure you get the water out of the hose. It just takes a couple seconds. You can see already I'm putting out a ton of steam here. I'm going to use the window cleaning attachment on this piece of glass. Now, this could be a shower stall. This could be your sliding glass doors. I mean, there's a million things. When I squeeze the trigger, you're going to see I get copious, good word, copious amounts of steam coming out of here, okay? Watch what I'm going to do on this. Now, this window cleaning attachment has a squeegee, so the minute I pull this trigger, if there's any soap scum on here, if there's lime scale, if there's calcium deposits, all of that is getting melted and then blasted off by the power coming out of that stainless steel boiler. Look at the way I'm doing that. Now, there are some remnants left on there from drips and things like that, but you know what? Because we got a squeegee built into this, I can just get everything off of there and then just kind of go back, give it a pass, just to wipe it down like this, and look how beautiful that is. And I didn't use any chemicals. You know, there was none of that, and I'm not choking if I'm in my shower stall trying to clean it. It's just the safe way, the easy way to do it, and you're using just water to do that.
I just cleaned my shower the other day.
Look how far this goes.
Look at that.
And that's with this attachment. This attachment actually disperses it wide. So and wait till you see what happens when I use one that concentrates it, because it's amazing. By the way, 40 ounces of water, 40 minutes of cleaning time.
And you did that in a fraction of the time.
At that pressure, exactly. We're gonna save time, we're gonna save money, because we're not buying the chemicals. So let's do our kitchen, all right? I'm gonna come over here, and also, it's a little far away from me, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tug on the cord and on the hose, and look what happens. It's on wheels, and it just kind of moves in.
And look how long the cord is, too.
Oh yeah, the cord is long, the hose is 8 feet, so I have plenty of room to be able to do this.
Literally, it's going to follow you around the house.
Anywhere I want to go.
You're going to take it from the bathroom.
It has a handle too, so I can pick it up if I'm going up and downstairs.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
I want you just to see, look at that.
Wow.
Somebody told me once that if your steamer could do 2 to 3 feet out, that it's a really good steamer. This one's doing like, I don't know, 10. You know?
Is it a double boiler? I mean, that's really the body of it.
It's stainless steel on the inside. All right, so look at the top of this stove here. Burnt on, crusty mess. Obviously, I was doing the cooking last night, not my wife, Kelly, okay? Because this is what it looks like. Let me explain to you what's gonna happen when I pull this trigger, because it is steam on demand. I pull the trigger, and right away, it starts to emulsify and melt all the fats and the grease using the heat from the steam, right? The water from the steam softens the dirt, and then the pressure from that stainless steel boiler literally blasts everything off the surface. So you're having that 1, 2, 3 punch on here that's getting in there and just making short work. And again, we do it all without chemicals. We get it beautiful and clean. And you know what else it's doing? It's not just clean, it's sanitized.
What's 200, what is it, 212 degrees?
212 degrees is the boiling point of water.
Wow.
So this is actually going to not only sanitize it, it's going to deodorize it as well. So that's a very cool thing. Here's the thing about steam. Anything that steam touches, it kills, meaning anything that's on a surface, germs, bacteria, stuff like that. Now, let's talk about everybody's dirty little secret, and that's this right here. When you look inside somebody's oven, people don't clean their ovens often because they figure who's going to look inside, right? Watch this here. Instead of using like a chemical that stinks to high heaven, I got to leave the house when I use it, or using the self-cleaning feature on the oven that puts the temperature up around 700 degrees for like 5 hours, okay? This is going to go in there, and just using the power steam, just using water, this didn't take me hours to do, it took seconds. And look at the way it melted everything that was in there and took that all off. And I mean, the difference between the top and the bottom is clear. This is still hard and crusty. Some of the drips there are just from what I just melted. But my gosh, this does it so quickly. It really, really, really makes it easy.
Not to mention, like, you're not using the chemicals that have to sit on there for an hour before you can even go in and start scrubbing. And who knows the impact that that could have on your very expensive appliances over time.
No, this is true too. Or, or down your drain, or all sorts of things, okay? Those are the things we got to think about. What about your pots and pans? Sometimes you get a pot and pan, pot or pan? Yeah.
Either one.
It could be burnt on, it could be crusty on the bottom of it here. The steam is going to get on there, and it's going to get this off without scratching it, without marring it from scouring, you know what I mean? Because I've had that happen where afterwards I went back and looked at it and I was like, oh boy, I probably shouldn't have done that. Give that one quick wipe. And I want you to see something that's really neat about this. Even inside the embossed lettering, it's clean right now, okay? I mean, it literally got inside there.
You see the pressure. Like, I think the power of the pressure, the power of the heat, the sanitizing that you're getting, no chemicals necessary. Literally, we're doing everything, from the littlest of things to the biggest of things.
And that's the cool thing about this, is that it can do everything, including making your drain smell better, okay? Because sometimes your garbage disposal, you're cleaning the dishes, and all of a sudden this like odor wafts up and hits you in the face. You're like, what in the world? It's your garbage disposal. Take your Wagner, stick it down the drain, pull the trigger. Now, I'm sanitizing that drain. Remember what I said earlier, though? Anything organic that comes into contact, it's going to die.
Kill it.
So it's killing the bacteria that causes odor. It's deodorizing that just by doing that. Plus, a little bonus, if there's any fat or grease down there, it's going to melt it too.
And I mean, listen, we're cleaning out our plates every single day of our life. At some point, you're getting that yuck down there. Maybe you're starting to see fruit flies going around the house, and you're like, oh, I don't have any fruit sitting around. I wonder where it's coming from.
I hate when that happens.
Genius tip with that.
No, it's a great feature on this one. Also, it's good for dirt you can't see. What I mean by that is, look at this cutting board that I've got right here. It looks clean to the eye. Like, we maybe cooked chicken last night and cut it on here, and we washed it with soap and water. But watch what happens when I put a UV light on here. See what's on there, on that surface? There's little bits of schmutz, that's the professional term. When you look at this, it's sitting on there. So now what I'm gonna do, to the eye though, it looks great, right? Now what I'm gonna do is take the Wagner, and watch this. There's stuff on here you couldn't even see. See all the brown coming off of there? That was in this. You should see what it does with a wood cutting board, where it gets down into the grain.
It's really in there.
Yeah, but look at this. So I'm going to blast all this off here, and I'm using one of the nylon brushes that's included with this. We're just going to give it a couple of seconds. That's probably good.
Really scrub.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I get the water off of there real quick. Give it a nice little wipe like that. Okay, now watch this. This is always amazing to me. There's the top. There's the bottom. Top, see the schmutz. Bottom, no schmutz.
Can you imagine if you use that for chicken and then you go use it for your fruit and your salad and you didn't really deeply clean it? I mean, just the littlest of things like that.
You know, I have a sensitive tummy, and I'm telling you right now, in that situation, it would not be good for me.
Not good.
Just saying.
No, not. Okay, so floors. I love it.
So floors. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty out the line, like I always do.
Okay.
Get that water out of there, just because this one's been sitting here for like 10, 15 minutes now. So you definitely wanna make sure you get the water out of that 8-foot hose, because that's a long distance for it to cool down in. You can see right there it's already good. Just by doing that, you can see we've got nothing but pure steam coming out of here now. I'm gonna put on this attachment, which you get included, okay? This is one of the cool things about this particular Wagner here, the 915E. You get the 2 extensions on here. You get the brush that actually has bristles on the bottom, which are amazing for grout on the floor, okay? These bristles here are incredible. But then we also give you this microfiber that wraps around it so you can use it on hard surfaces too. So for instance, here's what we call some LPV, luxury plank vinyl down here. Now, if I put this on here, this is dry right now, it's hard, it's sticking to the floor. I'm gonna pull the trigger and just start to moisten up that pad. And you're gonna see, as it starts to get a little bit more moist, it's gonna start to go back and forth on here and reveal the true color of this floor. And surprisingly, it is not an oak finish, it's actually a beautiful pine that's on here. And you can see that very clearly, the way that's coming out of there. Wait till you see this. I mean, when I get this whole piece clean right here, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, look at the difference on there.
I'm already seeing it.
Okay, just like that. Look at the difference in color on that. And the really cool thing about this is, remember, it's sanitizing, deodorizing the floor, and it's not leaving behind any residue. You know, like when you use that stuff that makes your whole house smell like a pine forest? Okay? It's sticky. It has surfactants in it. You put it on the floor, it attracts more dirt, but it's also sticky to your feet when you walk on it. This will get all that. First time you use this, you're gonna notice a huge difference because it gets all that off your floor. And
you didn't have to fuss and go make the solution and get the mop out. The mop that's probably collecting germs. I mean, this is all in one. I am already thinking about all the money that I'm saving on every different cleaner that I have filling up a cabinet for all these different things in my home. For the floors, for the shower, for the kitchen.
And you never have to buy that stuff again. Never have to buy that again. What if you've got marble or granite floors or something really shiny, some kind of tile? I love them, but when the sun hits it certain ways, I see footprints, I see paw prints, I see like smudges, you know, sometimes dust, it's just pollen that comes in, okay? Watch this. All I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna pulse it. On certain surfaces, I just like to pulse it because I don't want it to put a ton of water down there, but just one pass, and you can clearly see that it's already getting everything off of there. And I just pulse, because it is steam on demand. So as I go down here, it just walks its way down there and it just takes everything off of it. Now, that's also why I use it on my wood floors, okay? Because wood and water are generally a bad thing.
Usually.
Usually a bad thing. However, when you're using steam like this and it's so little moisture, here's a wood floor, watch this. I'm just gonna start to go down this floor, and again, I'm just pulsing it. I'm just squeezing the trigger every once and again. And what it's doing is it's cleaning that floor, it's sanitizing it, of course, making it safe for the kids and the pets to crawl around on. You got little ones, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so it's perfect for that in the house. Look at that, and it does such a nice job, and there's so little water on there that that's not gonna have any effect on the actual wood itself.
And because usually your hardwood is sealed anyway, and I love that they adjusted, it's really customizable to whatever you're doing. You can have it go full throttle, you can, you know, just pump it. I love that, depending on what you're working on. Now let's go into the bathroom. I don't know about you, but the bathroom I have to like mentally prepare for because it takes a long time.
It's a battle.
It's heavy duty. It's a lot of products that you need to let sit on it. Let's get into the bathtub with all that soap scum after days and days of showering.
Yes, no, it's true. Well, and that's the thing, is like you get like, for instance, even on your fixtures, if you have a caddy above it and the soap drips down on it over time.
It's the worst.
I don't care, black is not gonna stay black for long. Black is gonna become gray and eventually white, okay? So you've gotta take care of that, but I don't have to use something separate for my tile and grout, for my fixtures, and for my porcelain. Watch this. I can just take the Wagner with that steam, and I'll do all of them at one time. So first I'm gonna do the tiles and the grout. So I'm getting into the grout lines, I'm getting any soap scum off of there, any lime scale that got on this. So that's good, right? Now we're gonna go to, look at this faucet, this is a mess, right? Watch this. Get on there, melt that soap scum right off of there. If there's any lime scale, any calcium, it's gonna get that off it. And look how much steam this thing's putting out, that's crazy. Now we go down to the porcelain, especially you got little kids that are taking baths every night. And you get that soap ring all the way around the tub. Ring around the tub, you know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna go in there, and I'm just gonna I'll hit this part here too. And it's literally just melting. That's the cool thing about it, you know, because sometimes that soap could be really hard to get off when it's hardened. But if you're using steam, it literally just melts it. So let's start at the bottom where we just finished, and look at that. So there's how beautiful that part is. That's gorgeous, right? Let's go up to the black fixture up here. I'm gonna take this and I'm just gonna give this a quick wipe, and you're gonna see, brought it back to its original shine. That looks fantastic. And then let's do the grout too. As long as we're here, we're gonna wipe that down. And look at the difference between that and what's around it.
Like, this gets me excited to clean my bathroom.
Oh, yeah. As it should.
I have one of those big master bathrooms at two shower heads. It takes like a good 2 hours. First I have to spray it down. No, I could do this all in one, walk in and do it. Look at the power. That's what I'm talking about.
And again, I'm just clearing out the line, getting the water out of this, because this one's been sitting now for probably 15 minutes at least, maybe 20.
Right.
And you can see already we've got pure steam coming out of there. Okay, now here's why I'm doing this. Here's a block of ice in front of me. Do you see how thick that piece is?
Oh, yeah.
This piece right here is probably about 2 inches thick, okay? I mean, that's a big piece of ice. I'm gonna step to the side, and I'm just gonna squeeze the trigger. And I want you to see how it's blowing holes in 2 inches of ice. Now, you're like, oh, yeah, but anything hot's gonna blow a hole through ice. Here's the thing. It's because we've got that broiler inside of this, that stainless steel boiler, that I'm actually able to do this as quickly as I can. Because, you know, there are handheld steamers out there that people love, and they don't have a boiler. What they have is what's called a heat exchanger. So it'll make the water hot, but it doesn't put it under pressure. What this does is it puts it under pressure, and you can see that clearly when it blows a hole through 2 inches of ice, and in 2 seconds, you know that this is powerful. You know that this is gonna be able to get the toughest stains off of things in your home. Look at that, you saw the way that went through.
In a fraction of the time.
In a fraction of the time.
Because I think that's the point. Yes, you want that sanitization, yes, you want it to clean everything, but to be able to do it that quick.
Look at this.
Look at that. Look at the distance that the steam is getting.
We're gonna take a quick break and come right back. I'll still be doing this. I'm kidding, we're staying. Watch this though, okay? So how could you use this practically? Well, the kid's high chair, maybe it's a car seat, right? Well, what do they love to do when they're sitting in these things? You give them those little circular cereal things, they sit there and they eat them with their hands, right? Well, this one's got, somebody also is an artist apparently. They got in here and they drew all over this, okay? I want you to see how fast this crayon melts. I'm not even really touching it with the brush. I'm just kind of getting near it. And it's absolutely just devastating that. It's annihilating it. And look at the way we clean this. But not only is this clean, guys, look how beautiful that is. It's sanitized as well. So when the young ones get in here, when they sit down, it's gonna be clean. You're not gonna have to worry about anything. Real quick, in the couple of minutes we have left, I wanna show everybody a quick tour of your Wagner, okay? Because this is what the unit itself looks like. It looks kind of like a little tiny robot. You notice it's got wheels on the back, so it's gonna follow you around wherever you go. There's one switch operation right here. It's on or it's off. 2 LEDs, the red one tells me I've got power. The amber one that's behind it tells me that it's generating steam. So when it's off, like it just clicked off, it's done generating steam. There's all the steam that's gonna fit in there right now, and as I use it, it'll come back on again. Up front here, that's where you keep your accessories. They all fit in here, except for like the extensions for the floors.
So you get storage for, you got practically all 18 accessories.
Brushes are in here, I mean, and there's actually little spaces to put everything in here, so it just makes it really convenient. This is where you're gonna put your water in. 40 ounces of water gives you 40 minutes of cleaning time. But notice how it's just spinning freely. I can't get this off while it's under pressure. It's a safety feature,
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's good, because I've had a lot of people, it's so funny, when people write reviews, they go like, well, I couldn't get the cap off. You know, and I'm like, that's because it's saving your life. You know what I mean? Because if I could spin this and get this off, this thing would shoot through the ceiling, okay? So we don't want that because there's a lot of pressure.
All the time.
Safety. And then you got your handle right there. So if you do need to carry it up and down stairs, you can. I mean, it's literally that simple.
They thought of everything. I mean,
they really have.
How long has Wagner been around? I mean, this is one of those brands that you know.
Forever. I've been selling, I've been selling their paint sprayers for at least 5 or 6 years myself, and they've been around since I was a kid. So, you know, and I'm old. So that's a long time. So you get that
trusted quality on top of what you can do. I love this little feature right here.
This is cool. So this is actually the Windows attachment, but I took the Squeegee off of it. And then we give you this little terry cloth bonnet that fits over the end of it. But I want you to see the way you can use this as a fabric steamer. So I can freshen up pillows. I can do my mattress. Remember, it kills anything organic that it comes into contact with, so that's a good thing for mattresses.
Absolutely.
You know, you've also got it for your dog beds because it's going to deodorize those as well. Use it on your car seats. Use it to do your drapes in your house if you have any curtains or anything like that. And then I like it just because it's the best fabric steamer you've ever seen. So for your clothes, if you got wrinkles. And look at this, I did this last night, but look, I just kind of disappear behind this fog, the fog of steam, because it really does put out that much steam. You got to be careful because your hair is
literally what does this not do?
It does everything.
It does everything. Wagner has thought of everything. They've given us every single attachment. Look at that. I mean, you can't clean your mattress, right? We can't take our mattress to the dry cleaner. We can't fit it in our washing machine. We're laying on it every single day. So you can even steam your clothes, steam your mattress. Look at that take-off wallpaper.
Oh, yeah.
With that attachment.
Yeah, cleaning your grill. You can do your car seats. You can do your wheels on your car. I mean, that's the thing. Outdoor furniture, you know, at the beginning of the season, if there's like mold and mildew on it. All those things it works on.
Heavy-duty grime.
One of my favorite things, though, with this is cleaning the bathroom, because I want to spend as little time as possible in there cleaning, and I don't want to use chemicals because, again, that smell, the odors, it's toxic. I don't want to be around that, okay? But watch what I can do in the bathroom. Now, if you have husbands with little boys, you're going to really appreciate this, okay? Because all the way around, right?
Both.
where the toilet meets the floor is the hardest place to clean, okay? Because it's down there really tight. But watch this. I'm going to put the Wagner, and I'm using one of my attachments that actually directs the steam. And as I'm going along here, it's a concentrator. That steam is actually getting underneath that crevice, and it is pulling out all that dirt just came from underneath this toilet.
I didn't even know it existed.
No, and nobody does, because there's no way to clean it. I'm going to tell you right now, so many people have told me that as soon as they got this, they went into their bathroom and did that demonstration and were just like, oh my God.
Now I don't even want to know.
Oh my God.
Listen, you got it for that alone. The fact that we can get this to you for $33.33, free shipping and handling, you have the ability to try it out. We want you to do that. Get it home, open up the box, try it out. If you don't fall in love with absolutely everything it cleans, deodorizes, sanitizes in your home, send it back to us.
Look at that.
But like, how many have been sold this visit alone?
Oh my gosh,
Kyle,
so many.
I think well over 3,300 already spoken.
Isn't that crazy?
The savings is unbelievable today.
Well, and what I just did here is something where I would have used at least 2 different chemicals. I'd have used something to put into the bowl here, right? That's that stuff that like clings to it, and you got to wait 10 minutes and come back, flush the toilet. But it puts an odor on it. It masks the smell. I'm actually deodorizing this, so if there is any odor, it's going to be gone. And then I'm getting up under the rim.
Right.
And that's someplace where, man, you don't want to reach up in there. I don't have to. And notice I'm standing up, too. I'm not bending down and having to get close and scrub on this thing. I mean, I'm standing like,
no more of those toilet scrubbers that just collect germs.
None of that.
This is literally, this is what I did yesterday.
It's
on
that
Sunday,
simple to do.
we reset. We do the bathrooms at least. And that's, I put the cling stuff on there, had to scrub
I know that,
Olivia, my little toddler's coming in. I've got the sprays. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. And then you
don't breathe.
Have the fan going. I mean, is that you at home? Whether you are, you know, neglecting that oven, that's me. I mean, I don't even know, maybe a month or 2 I haven't touched it because I don't want to deal with the sprays or the time or the smell, any of it. You can do everything from your floors to your shower doors to the grill to the sink to the bathtub. We literally give you every attachment. We even gave you one you may not even think you would use, like that wallpaper remover attachment. So let's give you another look at what you're getting. First of all, it's on sale. Normally $160, well worth it for this Wagner. But all AT attachments, everything that you're getting today, we have dropped it to $99.99, which is a steal. $33.33 to break up those payments. You get 30 days. We want you to fall in love with it. So just get it home for $33 and change. Get it out of the box. Start using it. You are going to fall in love with it. But if you don't, send it right back. That double boiler system, the power of it.
It's remarkable. I mean, and all the accessories too, because you're not going to be sitting around going like, gosh, how am I going to clean this? How am I going to clean that? We give you everything. So real quick, I'm going to show everybody this window one more time, okay? I'm going to come back over here, just so everybody could see this. Again, how you can use this to clean your windows, because you know that's probably something that you're kind of putting off doing, right? Well, with your Wagner, you can get out there and you can clean all those windows quickly, easily, and you're not having to buy any special chemicals. Notice I'm just standing here squeezing the trigger, and the steam just goes and it goes and it goes. 40 ounces of water, 40 minutes of steam. You can't beat that. This is that Squeegee attachment I showed you in the beginning. I'll do the whole window this time. I'm just going to come at the top and just work my way down. And literally what it's doing is it's melting anything on here that we can melt, but then the pressure from the steam is blasting everything off of it. And that's the big deal. That stainless steel boiler really makes a difference. If you've ever had a handheld steamer in your life before and you were disappointed because it just wasn't doing the job that you wanted, this is going to do that and more. You're going to be like, my gosh, how did I live without this thing for so long? And then if there's any little streaks on there, you know, it's just like using any squeegee. Just go back, kind of give it a couple passes, just dry like this, boom, and it's done. You know, and you'll have a beautiful view outside. You'll be able to get in that shower stall, and it's going to look fantastic, and you're not going to have to buy any chemicals, Rebecca. What do you think about that?
And I could stop hounding my husband. I was like, you better squeegee that shower door because you know how long it takes me to try and get the scum off?
Oh, yeah.
Not anymore. I don't have to nag him. Thank you so much, Lou.
You're welcome.
This was our last time